material, sign. Now as you can see, it's just made it white. It's just made a white material. You can't really see the reflectivity or whether it looks, you know, transparent or not. So what I'm going to do, because we want to see that in the 3D view, we want to see more or less how it looks. So I'm going to go into object here, which is the cube. I'm going to press, and then I'm going to check the box transparency. And what that does is it shows the transparency in the 3D viewport. Now you can't really see it there, but if I decrease the alpha, then you can see it starts to become more and more transparent. So if I just put that up again, because we don't want it completely transparent because it's just a window, I'm just going to put it to around 0.6 again. Obviously we can play around with that later, those settings. Now, what I'm going to be doing, the reason I didn't want it connected to these ones, because I could have just kept it connected to those ones, because I'm going to join it back on later. But the reason I separated it is because I'm going to make some loop cuts, and I don't necessarily want, you know, to add those loop cuts to those as well, so I just want to add it on this one. To create the now what we're going to do is we're going to create the window dividers. Yeah, window dividers. We're going to create the window dividers here. So basically what we're going to do is we're just making loop cuts. Actually, I'm going to go through that again and explain it. I'm just going to go into vertex select mode, and then I'm going to press Control R. You see the purple line again, and I'm going to make 2 cuts. I'm going to scroll with the mouse wheel. So we made 2 cuts there, and now along the bottom to the top I want to create 4 cuts. So that's 4 there, like that. There we go. Now actually I think what I might be doing, I'm just going to get that and that. I'm going to try and scale, but I'm going to scale them on individual origins. Nope, I'm not. Never mind, forget all that. Anyway, now what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to create the window dividers there, which basically in the name, they're the dividers of the windows. So I'm just going to extrude this out. Oops, sorry. Select both of those vertices and extrude with E. Sorry, extrude with E. I'm just going to left click and then press G, X, and that moves along there. I'm going to just do that until I get to this first, you know, cut here. And then I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude it again along the x-axis until I get to the next cut, and then do the same until I get to the next cut. And I'm going to press EX to the next cut, and in fact no, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to press select that, all those vertices there, so these 2 here and the ones on the edge, to join it like that. So we've got a whole thing there, and now I'm just going to join up. I'm just going to press F to join up all these bits here, all the bits that aren't going to be the dividers. So that bit and that bit. Oops, sorry. Let's try that again. Those bits, and then those bits. Like that, and that bit. That bit. That bit. Pressing F. There we go. Now all we have to do is I'm just going to get these bits here, actually that bit and that bit, and then I'm going to select that bit and that bit, press F, I'm going to join up all the sides. I think you've got the gist of it by now. Select them and then press F. I could skip on, but I think it'll be just as quick just to do it quickly for you. And that way I'm not going to make any... just one thing, they all look just over thick. They just look completely way too thick. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select that whole bit there by box selecting it, B and then dragging over it, and then I'm going to press S and Z, scale along the Z axis until it's a reasonably thin window divider. I'm going to do the same to these, try and get them, you know, to look as similar as possible. That one was scaled along the x-axis, so I'm going to box select this one, scale along the x-axis, and there we go. That is our door. So, what I'm just going to do, obviously, is add it back onto this mesh. So to do that, first of all, I need to get rid of all of these on the bottom here. So I'm going to box select those and delete those vertices like that. Now don't worry, they're going to be back in a second. So if I just select the window and then select the rest of that bit there, the rest of the door, and then press Ctrl J, they then link up. Oh, did you just see we've lost the transparency there? So go back and do that. Right, now, if I now join that, just Ctrl R along the top. Okay, we just need to do it along the top one. So I just need to get that. Select those ones. Scale them down so they're around the right size. Box select. SX. Right, here we go. Doesn't have to be completely, oh, hang on. It's completely wrong. Sorry about that. Right. It only has to be rough, because I don't think you'll really see it on the mesh. I'm just putting it there because it's so much neater. There we go. So we've just drawn all them up with F. Trying not to make too many mistakes on my part. Right, there we go. So that is a door completed. Yippee! Right. So now we've got the top here, the frame here, and the door here. But we want doors all the way around. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the basic thing. Is we are going to I'm just thinking, no, okay, I'm going to do it the normal way. Right, I'm going to add a mirror modifier. We're basically going to do exactly the same as we did with that. So I'm going to add a mirror modifier. Sorry, not a mask. A mirror modifier. And R. Right, just for now, I'm going to put the I'm going to select the roof and do Shift S, cursor to selected, so it puts the cursor to the origin of that. Now I'm going to select the door and do Shift Control Alt C and put origin to 3D cursor. So basically what I was just doing there is I'm matching the origin of the door to the origin of the roof, which is matched up to the empty that we rotated the thing around to get all the sides of it. And guess what? That's what we're going to do now. Make sure this time not to click clipping, because we don't want the doors to join together in the middle. So we're going to add a modifier, array modifier. We're going to turn off relative offset, turn on object offset. We're going to go down to empty. Right, it is wanting us to turn this around. And the only problem with that is that it's going to do that to the although it doesn't seem to be right. Okay, I'm I'm going to apply all the stuff on the door frames, but before I do that I'm going to obviously keep one for safekeeping, so I'm going to Shift D to copy the whole door frame, and then I'm going to move it to that layer. So now we've got 2 door frames on 2 different layers. Right, and now I'm going to, on this layer that we're using, I'm going to apply that. Well, it's better to apply that first and then that. Right, there we go. So apply that, and then apply that. Right, now, this is matched up to the empty, so what we want to do... Oh, that's not good. Why has it done that? Oh no. Right, I'm going to try and move this down. I'm going to make it go around. This isn't right, is it? Right. That does not look good at all. I am completely stuck on this, because it worked before. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the whole Tardis up. I'm just moving it up so it just kind of rests on the line, doesn't have to be too perfect. But what I'm just going to do now, because I think it's the empty, I'm just going to delete the empty, and now I'm going to add a new one. So, making sure the cursor is in the centre of the scene, by just doing Shift S, cursor to centre, and it was right. Okay, now if I do Shift A and then go down to empty, so I've got it here like that. Now all I have to do is go back into the thing, into this, and first of all I want to apply the mirror modifier, so I can then move the origin down to where the empty is, because I think that was the problem before, one of the problems. So now if I go Shift Control Alt C, Shift Control Alt C, and then origin to 3D cursor, and then I go onto the our mirror modifier and change it to the empty, our new empty, then it's done exactly the same thing. Why has it done that? Right. Right, okay. That is not right. Oh yes, of course, I know. Right, if we go into the thing here, if we go to the door and then we go to Object and we do Apply Location, and then do the same to Scale, Apply Rotation, and now you place as our original door. So all we have to do is rotate the empty and it will rotate the door into place. So if we rotate the empty along the Z axis by 90 degrees, then it will rotate there, so we have our door. So now all we have to do is go back to our door. Ooh, try not to move it or anything. Go back to our door and increase the count to 4. There we go. Now we have some Tardis doors all the way around. That is the end of this tutorial. In the next tutorial we'll be doing some finishing details, for example the door handles, making the front doors so they can open on hinges, or what look like hinges, and we'll have some really fine details like the signs. Or probably be putting a little kind of thing in the Tardis so we can't see right through it through the windows, because that's a bit of a problem. Obviously we can see in through the windows, just so we can't see right through to the other windows. Anyway, and also we'll be doing the light. So, see you in that tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and comment.